Hi everyone, so I've got a craft haul from Kokorosa Studio which I wanted to show you, and so I've actually got some quite apt dies. You can probably hear my voice is a bit cracked, I'm not feeling the best, but anyway. So first off we're going to start with this one, which is a get well soon die. So as you can see, it's got get well soon, but it's also got the shadow on it, which I really liked. And then you've also got like a little tablet, a syringe, a little heart with like a monitor thing. I think it's like a battery, that one. And then you've also got some pills and some tablets and also a plaster. But I just thought it's quite a good little set, and I don't have any get well soon sentiment dies, so I just thought this would be really cool. So the actual get well soon die, the shadow measures just over 3 inches by about 1 7/8, maybe, roughly. And then the letters inside it measure about 2 3/4 by about 1.5, roughly. Okay, and then you've got this big syringe which measures 3 inches by about 1/2 inch. The heart is about 1 7/8 by about 1 3/4. The battery is about 2 inches by about 1 inch, just so you can get an idea of kind of roughly what sizes they are. So that's really cool. So I'm going to show you now what I did using this die. And then with this get well soon set, I made this card, just like a tent fold card, and I cut all the little bits out of just normal card and then stuck them down. So you've got little tablets at the top there and your little plus bottle there. It reminded me of a battery, that, but it obviously can't be a battery. But anyway, yes, you've got those things, and then you've got get well soon and your little plaster. Really cute little set. So that's what I made using that die set. So next up we have this die, which is also get well soon. It's upside down and it's just got balloons all around it. So I quite like this because, again, if you wanted to, you could kind of trim to make just the get well soon. Quite like the font on it. And so this measures about 4 1/4 by about 4 1/4. So it's not really a circle, it's more ovally, but it is kind of a circle, if you know what I mean. But I just thought this was quite cool. And again, I haven't got many get well soon, so I wanted another get well soon. They've got quite a few on the site, so if you want to go and check them out, don't forget to use code ICE20, which will get you 20% off your order. Also, make sure to use the links that are down below, and also I'm going to try and put them up in this corner. I can only put 5 up, so I'll probably put some of them up, but they'll either be up in this corner here or they'll be in the description below. But if you can use those links, they're affiliate links, and then it just means that Kokorosa then know you visited, and it helps the channel out. So yes, I'll show you now what I did using this die. So with the get well soon, I just did a very simple card, just an open and shut card, and you have on the outside here, I've just cut it out of this like starburst mirror card, so you've got a bit of a sparkle to it, and just cut it out, get well soon. You could also cut out again and then just trim out the get well soon and layer it on top, or layer on the balloons on top. Lots of things you could do, but yes, that's what I did using that die. Next up we have these dies, which are little tool dies, and I have got some tool dies, and they are about as small as this. I was hoping these were going to be a bit bigger, but I didn't check. This is Labor Day, which is cool for those of you in America, and anywhere else that does Labor Day. We don't do that over here in the UK, but I'm sure I can use it for something else, because it's just letters, really. I can figure I can work them out. 1 3/4 by about 1/2 inch for the saw. The little hammer is about 1 1/4 by about about 3/4 inch. The little screwdriver is about 1 1/8 roughly by about 1/4 inch, and then the others similar kind of things. The little spanner is about 3/8 by about almost 1.5. So yeah, they're all quite tiny, but they're quite cool. Look how cool they look. I think this would be excellent for a mail card. So I'll show you now what I did using these dies. With the tools, I cut them out of slightly different matte mirror and also holographic mirror card, and used them to make this wreath. So I love the way, and I've got just some of the little nuts and bolts on here on top of this paper. And I really love the way they cut out. They're really nice, really detailed, and they look really good. So that's what I did using that die set. So I also ordered these, which are cars, and again I just really like, I haven't got anything like this, and I love the fact they've got all that embossing on it. So obviously you've got bits to cut out, but then all these lines here are all embossing. So I just thought with like maybe a matte metallic card or a mirror card, these would look fabulous. And we all know mail cards are difficult to make, so this would also be good for like your older male who maybe doesn't play football or drink alcohol or play cricket or whatever, you know, because it's just kind of like classic cars. So again, I thought this would be quite cool, and they're a good size. So this the bottom here measures 3.5 by about 1 3/4, and then this one on the top here, which reminds me of a Citroen 2CV, but anyway, measures 3.5 by 1.5 ish, 1 3/4, something like that. So yeah, I'm sure those of you who are into cars can tell me what models these are, but that reminds me of a Citroen 2CV. Or Citroen Diane, actually, more so. But yeah, anyway, it probably isn't. But I'll show you now what I did using these dies. And then on the inside of this card, I then used the car dies on the inside on these flaps. And again, I love the way, look at the detail on that, where they've come out really nicely. And I like the fact as well you've got one that faces left and one that faces right. That is very useful. So yeah, so that's what I made using those dies. Next up we have this little set here, and I really like this. I don't normally like lots of bits, but when this is put together it looks so cool. So obviously you can use as much or as little of the bits as you want to. So the main part is this bit, which is obviously like tulips or any kind of flowers, but they look like tulips to me. And this measures approximately 1 3/4 by about 3 1/4, I would say, roughly. And then all these bits here are like, so you can add extra petals into the flowers to give them a 3D element. And this is more like extra leaves, so you can really, you know, make it look very grassy. And obviously this is like one die together, which I quite like because you're not gonna lose it, and the chances are you are going to cut all of this out the same color card, so that's good that it's all together. These are all separate, but then these are more for like petals, and again these are more like petals. But I think what I will do is I will snap this off here, keep that whole section as one. I'm not going to take all those little pieces off. And the same with this, keep all that as one and keep all that as one. So I'll have like 1 2 3 4 5 like dies sort of together, and then that means you haven't got all little bits everywhere, because you know it's like you just drop one of these on the floor and then before you know it, it's gone, and then you don't know, you know, you can't find it. So yeah, so I'm going to try and keep those together, but I shall show you now what I did using this die. So with that die I went ahead and made this card. So as you can see, they layer up really nicely. I just used some matte mirror coloured card for the petals, and then just use some green card for the leaves. But yeah, it came out really nicely. So that is the card that I made using that die. Okay, so then I got this die, which I just thought was a bit of fun. So if I open this up, you can sort of see, and it's lots of little like line art children, and I just thought it's so cute. And they're tiny, they really are small, as you can probably see. So we'll take this little girl here with the bunches. She's about 1 1/8 tall, and then because of her bunches she's about 1 1/2 wide. And you've got this little boy here, he is 1 1/4 tall by almost 1 inch, not quite 1 inch wide. And then you've also got all these other little bits like little lollipops as well, little car, cake, umbrella, flower, lots of little accessories. Is that a boat? I think it might be a boat, not sure. Anyway, lots of a balloon there, little accessories. So again, I thought this could be quite cool. Now obviously, because you've got, I haven't cut this out yet, so obviously I don't know, but because you've got, like, for example, you've got her face, I think it's like an outline. So I think what I would probably do is cut it out of like a adhesive glitter or adhesive card, and then you would then have to inlay the face so you get those details. So where the mouth and the nose is, you obviously want to see those, so you'd have to just inlay them. But yeah, and the eyes and that. So I just thought that's quite cool, but they're just quite cute, sort of cartoony, quite cute, very different. I've not got anything like this, and I don't think I've ever seen anything like this either, so just thought it's quite fun, quite nice for a little kid's card, especially like a back to school or a thank you teacher card. This would be really cool for that. So yeah, and even if you wanted to make it, if you're into like journaling and scrapbooking, it might be quite useful for that if you want to make like a little cartoon strip or something. But yeah, just thought quite cool. So I'll show you now what I made using these dies. Then with the kids, you've got this one. So I just cut them out of black adhesive glitter card, and then laid them onto here. And then what I did is I just filled them in. So I cut the little faces out again out of card, and then I could have cut their hair out of card as well, but I thought it might be quite fun to fill it in with 3D pearls. So I've filled it in with 3D pearl effects, and just giving them all different look, and then added all the little accessories on. So she's holding a flower, he's got an umbrella, she's got a balloon, you've got a football, a car, a boat, a lollipop. So yeah, just added all the little bits on. But yeah, really fun, really cute little die set. So that's what I did using those dies. And then last but not least, we have these. So this is an elderly couple, and it says retired on it, which I thought was quite cool because, again, I don't have any dies that celebrate retirement. And again, they're sort of cartoony, they're quite fun. You've got like an extra bit of hair which you can stick over the top. You've got an extra bit of his hair which can go over to make that 3D. You've got 2 pairs of glasses. The word retired. If you wanted to, you could probably, you know, I don't know, take the D off and put a meant, retirement. You've got a nice circle die. So yeah, so that I thought was quite cool. So the actual circle die itself measures just under 3 inches. The man, he's about 2 1/4 tall by about 1 3/8 wide. She is about 2 3/8 tall by about 1 1/4 wide. And the word retired measures about 2 1/4 by approximately just under 3/4. So yeah, a bit different, but I thought it was quite cool. So I'll show you now what I made using this die. And then with the retired die set, I made this card that opens out, and then you've just got the old lady and the old guy on it. So that was quite cute. And then there was also the retired, which goes on as well. So I thought I might put that on in a bit. But yeah, that's what I made. And as you can see, I've got so on this way you also get a circle, and I didn't manage to have time to cut the circles out, but they basically look like that. So that's the size of this, that's the actual circle that is cut out using the circle die. And then, as I said, you just layer up your little person. They've got glasses, they've got hair, and the same with the lady. And yeah, just a really cute little card, really cute little die set that. So that's what I made using that die set. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the craft tool. Hope it gave you some ideas. Please don't forget to check out the links in the description below. Don't forget to use my code ICE20, which will give you 20% off your order. And yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. And I'll see you all next time. Bye.